We do have a group of students here with the Wilson County FFA who, if I understand it, made the nationals to state to compete. And anybody who has time to stick around, they would like to practice on us, for lack of a better term. At this time, Mr. McDonald's here with his students, and I'll turn the floor over to him.
Thank you for allowing us to be here today. My name is Benny McDonald. I'm one of the agriculture teachers at Wilson Central High School. I know many of you. You know, I've ran from some of you, but no, just. I wouldn't have told that. It's all right. He's ran from me too, so we're all good. Anyway, in the FFA, we do lots of different competitions. We do about 85 different contests a year, and most of these kids that are up here right now were on my parliamentary procedure team. A while ago, one of them said, "Can we show them how it's supposed to be done?" I said no. I said no. That's okay. But back in November, they competed at the regional championships in Parley, and they were third, and the top two teams got to move on. So they didn't get to move on, so they came up to me and said, "Mr. McDonald, we want a chance to go compete at state in something. What can we do?" I said, "Well, we need I said, we can put together an ag issues team if you'd like to." An ag issues team, what they do, they choose an issue facing agriculture, and then what they do, they have to show the pros and the cons of that issue. They're not allowed as a final say in their demonstration to take a side. Okay, they have to show the pros and cons, and they can present that any way they want to. They can do a skit, they can do a PowerPoint, they can do whatever they want to. It's one of my favorite contests because they don't even have to wear their official dress. In fact, when they go compete, they won't wear their official dress. They'll dress up like you, to be honest with you, because you're getting ready to find out because you're going to listen to them, and some of you are going to smile here in just a second. But anyway, what I will tell you is that Mr. McDonald doesn't spoon feed his kids. You know, I become a facilitator instead of a teacher sometimes, because if you're always doing the work for the kids, they're not learning how to prepare. So what you see today is from their research, it's from their skit writing, it's from them, and Mr. McDonald just tweaks it. Now, the other day when we went to the regional contest, we got second. I don't like second. They don't like second. But you know what? We still get the top two gets to move on. And the judges told us what was wrong with our presentation and what we need to fix. And we're working on that. But we didn't have time to make those changes today because we were asked to come today. So we just competed last week. So we do have to make some changes to our skit. What I ask from you today, if you've got any questions at the end of it, please feel free to ask. If you've got comments that are wrong, you think that some of the things they're saying are wrong, because you're getting ready to see why we're presenting to you. I'm gonna let them pull the hat out of the bag here and just say, the cat, was it cat or hat? Well, I can't remember. Hey, don't laugh at me. But anyway, is there anything else I need to say before you go?
Nope. I don't think so.
You good? You won't get to sit down today. Just step forward when you need to speak. Thank you for taking time to listen to my kids today.
Thank you.
I'm going to kind of be going around taking pictures of this. Oh, one other thing. If you like the presentation or the kids, we need a couple thank you letters signed. So if you could, my email address is McDonald, McDonaldB, McDonaldB78@gmail.com. It comes through my personal email better than it does the school email because they think we're protecting nuclear codes. But McDonaldB78@gmail.com. If you have time to write a letter and scan it and send it to me so they can put it in their new portfolio, because we have to turn in a new portfolio for the state championship, I would appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Hello. We are the Wilson Central FFA Agriculture Issues Team, and we'd like to thank you for having us here today. Our issues topic is, how does the industrialization of farmland affect agriculture? In 2024, Hillwood, a company out of Texas, purchased 1,400 acres of farmland in Wilson County, Tennessee. Hillwood proposed to build an industrial park on the plot of land. Today, we will show you the pros and cons of this issue. Presenting the pros of this issue will be Jordan Davis, representing litigation for Hillwood, along with Caitlin Cockrum, representing business owners of Wilson County, Tennessee. Presenting the cons of this issue will be Piper Allen, representing Wilson County farmers, along with Elise Ingram, representing litigation for farmers of Wilson County. This presentation is set in the Wilson County Commissioners meeting. My name is Tyler Dobson. I will be the presiding chairman of this meeting. Without further ado, we present to you our issue. How does the industrialization of farmland affect agriculture? This meeting of the Wilson County Commission will come to order. We have a lot on our agenda this evening, and we need to get started. Electronic roll has been taken, and all commissioners are present. The first item on the agenda is the proposed 1,400-acre industrial park to be built by the Texas company Hillwood, owned by the Perot family. The Planning Committee met in October and voted in opposition by a vote of 6-2. Hillwood applied for an appeal to the entire county commission. First, we will hear from Jordan Davis, representing litigation for Hillwood.
I would first like to say that our company's intention is to benefit not only our business, but the financial well-being of this community. As you all know, it is our goal to implement an industrial park, bring jobs to the area, and to help sustain the local economy. These jobs could serve as a major cornerstone and help support growth within the community, which is our ultimate goal.
Thank you. The opposing side now has the floor.
Committee members, I could not in good standing support this proposal. The jobs and economic boost this company is claiming to implement will not begin to benefit anyone until construction is complete and close to 20 years down the line. And the damage it will do to the infrastructure of the area far outweighs the benefits they claim it will provide.
As a representative for Hillwood, our interest is in what's best for this community and growing this area efficiently and to its fullest potential. So please keep in mind that this land was originally designated for high-density residential, meaning that if the proposal for the industrial park is denied, the land has the potential to be used for large-scale subdivisions, increasing the population, traffic, and stretching the area's infrastructure far beyond anything the industrial park would do. In the years between 2021 and 2022, Wilson County's population increased 4.3%. Our proposal bears the brunt of the price that is already facing this rapidly growing community.
Personally, as a member of the community who will deal with the real-time consequences of this decision, I'd rather see houses in my backyard than a massive industrial park. The proposal of Hillwood will be far more detrimental to our surroundings and damage the environment in irreversible ways. My family has been in this area for generations, and I simply cannot stand behind destroying what we call home. This is immoral and inconsiderate. As a farmer myself, I cannot bear to see such a beautiful piece of land with so much potential go to waste simply by the desire of money.
Hillwood recognizes these concerns and have made several compromises in an attempt to preserve the surrounding environment. We have agreed to donate 25% of the land, almost 350 acres, to forestry research and have collaborated with local colleges.
Ms. Davis, could you please elaborate on that statement?
Yes, we plan on allowing MTSU, Cumberland University, and local FFA chapters to use the land for forestry and agriculture research. In response to this donation, these colleges have sent letters in support of our project.
Thank you. And Ms. Ingram, your response?
This is not a genuine effort at compromise. The land they have proposed to these universities is practically unusable. This land is considered Class 7 land, meaning the soils have severe limitations, making them unsuitable for cultivation. This renders the land practically useless. These colleges could simply come in and ask permission to use the land in full, and this doesn't require building a large cluster of buildings. These buildings will have a great impact on the ecosystem and the wildlife. This is a very weak attempt at compromise with an overall goal to make Hillwood look better.
This proves they have no vested interest in the well-being of our community, our people, or the overall deep effect this will have on the area we love. This is cold, hard proof. They only care about the money they will make off this land, and they don't care who or what will have to pay for it.
Hillwood sees potential in Wilson County, as it is the third fastest growing county in the state as of 2024. Whether the residents are in favor of it or not, the area is going to continue growing at a rapid rate. The smartest option is to begin preparing for the influx now by having our company foot the cost of the infrastructure that will be necessary 10 years down the road. This land has sat vacant for years, and the likelihood of it ever being used for agricultural purposes again is slim to none.
Commissioners, let me be clear. The problem is not development. The core problem is that we do not want a company coming in and building an industrial park, let alone an out-of-state company. We see that Wilson County is a growing area, and we are in full support of that. But for the residents of this area, Hillwood is nothing more than a company coming in to make a profit off of our local businesses.
Hillwood recognizes these concerns, but I disagree with you, Ms. Ingram. Part of our success can be attributed to the openness of the communities that we develop. and they have voiced similar concerns to ones that you have stated this evening. However, after our plans have been carried out, they have come to see just how beneficial Hillwood's involvement is. We understand that there are questions that may come up in a situation like this, but our interest in Wilson County comes from the natural beauty of the area. We do not wish to uproot this community, but simply prepare it for the inevitable growth coming its way.
I cannot support this. The damage it will do to the infrastructure far outweighs the benefits they claim to provide. This will greatly affect our day-to-day lives by altering the roads, causing an increase in traffic that the roads simply cannot support. Potential for flooding and the overall environmental impact this will have on the area are all large-scale concerns and that your company has been unable to resolve. We are not asking to compromise. We are simply saying no.
Ms. Ingram, with all due respect, why is agriculture at the forefront of this conversation when the land in question hasn't been zoned for agricultural use since before 2008?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, although this land has not been zoned for agricultural use since before 2008, this is a large plot of land, and changing it can negatively affect many agricultural aspects of the surrounding area. Loss of biodiversity, soil erosion, and pollution are all large issues, and our side is justifiably concerned about the well-being of our residents.
Ms. Ingram, with all due respect, if you will look into our history, you will see that our successes greatly outweigh our failings. We are a nationally renowned company and have received awards for how successful our developments have been for areas around the country.
You are all missing the point here. We are not here to attack the character of this corporation. We are simply here to protect our homes and do what works best for the large majority. We have stated time and time again what we want. Commissioners, I urge you to side with people this truly affects, not the unreliable, out-of-state developers.
Committee members, once again, Hillwood sees potential in this area in an attempt to prevent urban reform and give Wilson County the best chance it has to flourish. In the 19th century, the urban reform movement was the direct response to the formation of a new type of poverty. Urban reform focused on improving the living and working conditions of the newly created urban poor. This group had formed with the need of cheap labor for industrialization. And I realize that this topic seems far behind us as a society today, but nonetheless, this issue is completely applicable to Wilson County, Tennessee. With this, we see how urbanization without expansion can be extremely harmful, creating crime and higher unemployment rates. Hillwood hopes to prevent this in the beautiful community that is Wilson County.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, we shall now proceed to vote. All in favor of the land zoning amendment submitted by Hillwood to rezone the 1,400 acres of land between Linwood, Bluebird, and Bobo Road, please signify by saying aye.
Overall, Hillwood has no real interest in supporting our community. The state of Tennessee loses approximately 60,000 acres of land annually to project development. This number is just going to continue to grow. We need to protect as much land as we can while we still can and support local farmers in their ultimate goal of growing agriculture in the communities they live in.
Once more, as a member of the community and a generational farmer, we need to say no to industrial parks and protect the area we love.
Industrial parks all around the country serve as essential additions to the economic development of stunted areas. Lowering property taxes, providing job opportunities are undeniable benefits they provide. Partnerships between cities and counties have fostered close to 40 successful industrial parks across the state of Tennessee. As a result, these areas have seen a massive growth in their economic development and community outreach. Showing support for parks such as these is ultimately an investment in the future of your area.
With the concern of citizens from all over Wilson County, few see the benefits that large companies like Hillwood can provide to developing cities, as well as preparing an already developing county for further growth. With Wilson County's strong roots within farming and agriculture, it is important to carry this legacy on while introducing new technology to advance it. Learning how to evolve agriculture so it can coexist alongside these new industrial developments can only further the progress in the agricultural field.
We would all like to thank you once more for this opportunity you've given us to come here and speak today. We appreciate your overall commitment to understanding the issues that occur within today's agricultural field and are thankful for the time you've dedicated to listen to us. We will now answer any questions that you all may have.
Mayor, can you appoint them to be on the commission?
Yeah.
I'd like me to give a big hand.
I will say y'all covered both sides of that very well in about 15 minutes. Between here and the county commission took about 8.
Yeah, 8.
So I'm very, and you covered the issues.
Let me make a comment.
Yes, sir, Mr. Jewell.
I appreciate this. I appreciate this, and it is a good light on both sides of this issue. You've really brought it out to light. I was one of the votes that voted for this. This lady right over here was one.
Don't uneducate
And
the troll.
not to downgrade what you've done, I would vote the same again today.
Yeah.
I would vote the same again today. I think the unbelievable, that is truly the best project. I'm an old guy. I'm 80 years old, okay? If you guys want to help me to the car, I'd appreciate it. But that is the best project, the best company, and the best location I have seen in 30 years. 30 years. And my feeling is it being there and controlling it with the new land use plan, and my thinking on some of that protects our farmland rather than it does away with it. But this is a good job, and your teacher is to be commended to bringing citizen kids into the real world, into really getting into this. You could do this on so many issues. You did an excellent job. You nailed it. And I truly
We appreciate that very much, sir.